Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I have great doubts that there's no active military personnel present in Ukraine fighting against the Russians. And when I talk about military personnel, I'm not talking about Ukrainian military personnel. I'm talking about the good country's military personnel, the good people. If you know what I mean. The coalition of the good versus the lonely evil. So that's my assessment, and I think in about 2 years, you and I, if we're gonna be around here again, I will intend to be. I'm gonna show you the new articles and studies, maybe in 2 years, where we're gonna have, yes, indeed, we had troops on the ground in Ukraine. So what? This is what's gonna happen. Why? It happened over and over and over again. Just pick a few books if you didn't, regarding the war, regarding previous wars. Do a few clicks, watch a few videos, documentaries, not the documentaries that History Channel gives us. Not that kind. Anyway, so what do we have here? We have a former Marine, I think, an American, fighting on the side of the good, obviously, in Ukraine. And he is part of the volunteer, the Legion of the Good, the Legion volunteering good people fighting evil. Yeah, so he fights for that. He's just a volunteer. And he tells us through Newsweek what's going on over there and what is the life expectancy on the front in Bakhmut. Specifically, that's where he's at, in Bakhmut. So let's see this beautiful article coming from Newsweek, as I said, from the 21st of February 2023. Bakhmut, life expectancy near 4 hours on front lines, fighter warns. So this fighter tells us that in Bakhmut, and Bakhmut, for people who don't know where it's right here where Artemovsk is. Artemovsk is the Russian name of Bakhmut. So this is where it is. Okay, so let's get it like this and make it bigger, closer here. Here is Artemovsk, Bakhmut. If this falls, Kramatorsk is open, Slavyansk is open, and encircling these guys right here. But Bakhmut has no strategic importance, we're told by the weasels in the West. Why? Because they're losing. If they would be winning, yeah, great victory. So let's see. An American fighting on the front lines in Ukraine is warning that the battlefield in Bakhmut is gruesome. Russia is nearing its 1-year anniversary of the, and I'm quoting, special military operation it launched against Ukraine in February 2022. As winter weather fades and spring approaches, military experts, yeah, we like experts, are speculating a renewed offensive from Russian forces. Front lines shifted to Bakhmut, a city in the eastern Ukraine, in July 2022. And according to former U.S. Marine Troy Offenbacher, German, the scene is grisly. Offenbacher, who is fighting in Ukraine's International Legion, they're just volunteers, man, that's all they are, comprised of foreign soldiers, told ABC News that when a Ukrainian soldier fights on the front lines in Bakhmut, their life expectancy is only around 4 hours. Why a Ukrainian soldier? Because they're dumb or something? What about soldiers? Oh, they're better. Got it. Foreign soldiers. He doesn't give us for the foreign soldiers. He gives only the Ukrainians. You can see this. Why? Are these better or something? Or the bullets are dodging them? And I'm quoting, it's been pretty bad on the ground, he said. A lot of casualties. The life expectancy is around 4 hours on the front line. Well, too bad. Tell these guys to stop the war. But easy to say and hard to do, right? Offenbacher said Bakhmut has been called, and I'm quoting, the meat grinder because of the macabre scenes. And he described the fighting as chaotic. On both sides, or just your side? Fighting has increased in Bakhmut as Russia directed its forces here since last summer to seize the city. But like many other instances during the war, Russia has been met with fierce resistance from Ukrainian troops. True. However, Offenbacher isn't sure how long Ukrainian troops could continue to hold the city. That he told ABC News that he expected the much anticipated Russian offensive had already begun, placing Bakhmut at its focus. So let's read what these guys are saying. The Russians are saying that in Bakhmut, fierce fighting is taking place on the city outskirts. Yan Gagin, advisor to DPR's acting head Denis Pushilin, said that the Ukrainian forces were putting up resistance. Great. More people dead, unfortunately. So, I think that in about 2 years we will be told nonchalantly that actually under the disguise of volunteers, peacekeepers, maintenance units, now they send maintenance units, military advisors, and of course inspectors who see where the money goes and where the weapons go. I think there were about 1,000 deployed in Ukraine, American inspectors. They want to make sure that when they send the weapons, they go where they're supposed to, but they're not actively involved in the, you know what I mean? So we're going to find out that all these guys and others that we're not aware of were actually fighting over there. But hey, I anticipate to see this. Why? Patterns and previous wars. Well, if they tell you, well, no, look back in the history, and if it happened before, certainly it happens here again. Why? Because you have the same actors doing the same thing. It's just the same act, the same how do you call them, characters played by different actors, playing the same piece of theater. That's what it is. So war is war, unfortunately, and there's no perfect army, but we know that here is the good and the bad, like always, and it's exactly like that. These are the all bad, these are the all good, or the evil and the good. Like, the angels are gonna fall. Oh, they are the angels, my bad. So anyway, I believe what this American former Marine veteran and volunteer in the Foreign Legion says. I believe that could be, I don't think it's 4 hours, but I'm pretty sure that it's bad. The problem is these guys are dying for the interests of other sources and individuals who count the money and look at their power increasing. Well, it's always been like this and will always be like this. Why? Because that's how we are. But I'm not gonna blame it on our human nature or anything, because we can make things better. That's why we are here, actually, I think. Discussing and bringing information and, analyze certain situations and articles the best we or I can. Now, regarding Bakhmut, I think Bakhmut is already a lost city. That's my assessment based on the articles I read already, and the fact that the forces of the good and their good, perfect mass media started telling us that it's a possibility these guys might lose it. Whereas before, Bakhmut will not fall. And Bakhmut is just a symbolic win in case the Russians are winning. On the other hand, if you look on the map, let me show you here, this opens, as I said, I don't know if I said, but it opens the door, if they win here, towards Kramatorsk and Sloviansk, right here, these two. And you can say Druzgovka as well, but in Konstantinovka. So all these things will be exposed, according to articles I read. It's not me just putting it out of my butt. Right here. From here, so, and including this little problem that the Ukrainians have. So we'll see what's going on, obviously, and as I said, I think that I already lost over there, and maybe they should just get out. So unfortunately, they fight, and other people are counting the money and looking for a better position in the society. Sad. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.